What's up, y'all? I'm Chris Hayes 508. This is On the Spot. Today we got a very special guest. Please introduce yourself. Tell us your name, where you're from, what you got going on.
Yes, sir. I go by OCD KUPID. I'm originally from Alabama, but I'm up here in Reno, Nevada now. That's where I've been staying at. So what I got going on, I got a project that just dropped recently, an album, Southern Baby. It's a little trap album that dropped. I've been working on some hyper pop music, trying to try different genres recently. But I got another trap project coming soon called Him, HIM, coming soon with a bunch of cool features on there. So y'all make sure to tap in and stay tuned for that. So, yeah.
There you go, man. I know I was talking to your boy ELB earlier. You guys have been doing, and you're so young, man, to be making all the music that you're making. I'm very impressed. I want to talk about Southern Baby. I want to talk about what you're coming up next. But before we do all that, I want to officially welcome you to On the Spot. Thanks for coming through, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you for the opportunity. I'm glad to be here.
Got it, man. Gotta clap it up, man. We're gonna do the official welcome. It is definitely nice to meet you. And the first thing that I always like to ask is about your name. So tell the people again, what is your artist name? What does it mean? Who gave it to you? Why did you choose it? Tell us the story about your name.
So I go by OCD KUPID, and the OCD, so we got a little group. It's got ELB in there, Virgo, Keen, Young Demon. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to Trippy. All of them, they're in the group, and they're all about my age. We all been making music and doing it. But the OCD started because when I was younger, I used to think I had OCD, like the disorder, but nobody believed me. So I was trying to come up like with a new rap name at the time. I forgot what it was at the time, but I was trying to come up with a new one. So we were coming up with the group name, and we decided OCD, but instead of using the disorder name, we changed it to Only Cash Driven, because we're trying to get the money up so we can take care of our people. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the Cupid, I always felt like I've been heartbroken a lot, like in relationships and stuff in my life, you know, typical human things. But so I feel like I'm Cupid, but instead of like the love Cupid with the C, like the typical Cupid, like the baby with the diaper and the arrows, and I'm Cupid with a K because I'm like the heartbreak Cupid. So yeah.
Damn, that's definitely deep. I can relate to all that. OCD Cupid, and that's Cupid with a K, Only Cash Driven Cupid, man. I like the name, man. I didn't expect all that, but now we already learning a lot more about you. I'm gonna put his name right down below. Y'all give him a follow and show some support like y'all want to be supported. And I want to find out a little bit about your journey, because you are a young artist, but also you're putting out a lot of music. You're networking, you got your crew. So I want to find a little bit about it. How did you get started in music? Why did you get started, and what's been your motivation to keep going?
So when I was younger, I would always write lyrics because I always felt like attached to music. So I'd always have like notebooks just packed with like lyrics, and I would never like record or nothing, but I would just make music. I would just write it. And then eventually I was hanging out with this homie, and we was always like getting into trouble and stuff, but we had like a school laptop. So we went to a free website because we would like always freestyle on beats, like YouTube beats. So we went to a little website on the like school laptop at home at his crib, and it had like no mixing. It was like plain vocals. It wasn't great, but it's what we had. And then we used like an Xbox headset with the mic to record our vocals. And so we like wrote down a little song, we like recorded. And after that, I was like, oh, I could really do this. So I started like recording, and I had a little closet at home, and I started recording music, and I was just dropping. And it wasn't really great. It wasn't lyrical or nothing, but it was music. You know, I was having fun doing it. And then I like fell in love with it. Like before, I was already like, music was already there for me. Like it helped me through a lot. But then like making it, I found out later after I was making like, you know, just like fun music, I figured out that I could use it as an outlet to like help people like music did me. So I started making like heartfelt, like meaningful music. And then I make the trap music because I used to like grow up doing that type of shit. So I make trap music, but I also make like music for people to relate to help them. So music's like my thing. It's like the only thing that's stuck for real in my life. So Yeah.
Man, I respect that, bro. That's definitely a great perspective, reason to do what you're doing. And just talking to you for a few minutes, man, got a lot of charisma, man. You definitely got the personality for this. You know, some people, which is it's being yourself is what you need to be, man. But some people are kind of in their shell, man. You seem very social, outspoken, like seem like, you know, life of the party type of cat, man. So definitely looking forward to seeing you grow in your journey. And we're going to talk a lot more about your music in a few minutes. But I want to find out a little bit more about you outside of all of the music, right? I want to get to know you a little bit better. So, what is one thing you want the people to know outside of the music that might surprise us, we might not expect? Something random, a funny story, something you do. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Something random. So I smoke a lot of weed. That's something that a lot of people would probably expect, like the people that know me well, but a lot of like the other fans of people, they probably wouldn't expect that. Like I smoke like a lot of weed. And it helps me like make my music too. Like that's another thing I really like is like weed and music. Like, cause and it like helps me like think of stuff better and opens up my mind. So I like make better music when I'm high.
You seem like a really smart person, man. You seem very smart. I can tell you, man. Your intelligence level is definitely high. I know the weed's not stopping that at all, man. So I definitely getting to know you a little bit better. Now, I know, you know, you coming from down south and you're moving out to Nevada, so you've been traveling a little bit. Seems like if you were to travel a little bit more, maybe go on vacation or do a business trip or go do some shows, where's one place you haven't been yet that you want to check out sometime?
So I would definitely love to go to LA. I've always wanted to go to LA because two places I've always wanted to go to is Miami and LA. And I went to Miami for a show, so that's off of my checklist. So I definitely want to go to LA. Yeah.
I saw that on your Instagram. You had a crazy time down there in LA. How far is that from Reno? Is that far? A couple hours?
Yeah, it's just like 9 hours.
9 hours? That far?
Some somewhere between like 5 to 9 hours,
Damn,
something like
I'm thinking it's a lot closer, but man, you know better than I. But
it's
man, you right there though, man. If you're gonna be anywhere close to LA, so I think you'll be getting out there this year or very soon for sure. But like I said, man, you seem like a very smart cat, and you've also been making a lot of music. Started with the school laptop and the Xbox headphones, but you got to start somewhere, and you've grown, you've been developing, and maybe you can help an upcoming artist out right now. What's one thing that you've learned or one piece of advice you would give to an upcoming artist that you wish you knew when you started?
oh for sure. Definitely stay true to yourself and don't listen to other people. Like listen to people like a little bit, like in a positive way. Like and if they're giving constructive criticism or something, listen to that and take advice. But don't listen to hate. Like don't listen to people because you're gonna get like if you're making music, people's gonna hate on you when you first start. If you're not famous, they're just gonna assume that you're like bad at it. So they're gonna hate, especially if you are doing good. They're gonna be jealous and still hate. So like just be yourself, stay true to yourself. Don't try to follow like other waves and be other artists that you listen to. Just be yourself and stick to that and stick to your people and yeah.
That's definitely good advice. Definitely, you don't want to follow people, but at the end of the day, we all came up listening to music before we even knew we were going to make music, and it's in your subconscious. And we all have influences and inspiration. So, who are the top three artists that influenced and have inspired you?
Okay, so I have a lot of artists that inspire me. Just like whoever I connect with, kind of inspires me at the time. But definitely my top three, and a lot of people in the rap community would say this is like cliche emo rap, like, but it's like as a person and as an artist, these three people have inspired me the most, and that is Juice WRLD, XXX Tentacion, and Lil Peep. And they'll forever they're my three biggest, and as human beings and as artists, they what got me where I'm at right now for sure.
Damn, all three gone way too soon. And they did inspire and influence like a whole generation. Just not just not through the music, but you know, their perspectives, their ideas, their fashion, just everything. Not even just like how to be an artist. But man, I respect that, man. I appreciate you putting those names out there. And before we run out of time, I want to make sure we get a chance to talk about your music. So for the people watching, they haven't heard your music yet, but they want to check it out. What's the first song you want them to check out? What does it mean? Why did you make the song? Set up the song for the people.
The first song. Hold on. I didn't expect this. Can I ask my girlfriend for input? Yeah. Hey, what's the first song I should tell people to check out? Limitless, SOS. Limitless or SOS. Definitely either Limitless or SOS. They're kind of older songs, but they're definitely some of the favorites that people like. And Stargazing. Stargazing is the first like melodic song that I made for real. And it's got a special place in my heart. So definitely those three for sure.
And like I said earlier, I can tell you a real smart cat, you know, with a bright future, man. I'm definitely looking forward to everything you've got going on. But now we know some of the music that you have out right now. What's coming up next? What can the people expect next from you?
So next, I'm looking to drop, like I said earlier, I think I'm looking to explore a little bit into hyper pop. So I want to drop like some hyper pop, some like new jazz type shit. But I also want to stick with like the trap and do melodic. Like I'm all over the place. I'm going to do a little bit of everything for sure the next few months. I'm going to be going crazy. I'm going to have some music videos coming soon. I got another interview next month. It'll be a YouTube podcast. And then a show coming up soon. So yeah, got a lot planned. Got big plans.
Man, I'd love to see one of your shows, man. I bet you get lit, man. I think, man, I'm definitely very impressed with, you know, your music, but also just you outside of the music, man. There's definitely something there, and I'm definitely looking forward just to seeing you develop, grow, and as your fan base grows, man, you can count me as one of those people supporting you. And you know, I
appreciate that.
You got it, bro. I definitely mean that. And before we go, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So is there any shout outs you want to give or anything I didn't ask you that maybe you want to talk about?
For sure. I got a lot of shout outs. No cap. Okay. So I got shout out to OCD, O6S, OTO, the big three groups. Shout out 302 Watt from Pennsylvania. Y'all tap in with him. Shout out Virgo 2 Times from Chicago. Shout out ELB from Alabama, from the hometown. Shout out Trippy from Memphis. And then shout out Young Demon, also from Alabama. That's my cousin. Y'all tap in with everybody. Shout out Baby Swerve from Chicago. Just shout out everybody. Y'all know I mess with it. Yeah, let's get it. We finna come up. We finna take it over. Y'all just stay tuned. Hop on the wave.
I love the networking that you're doing, man. Just you're affiliated with so many people. And I was telling ELB earlier, man, it's really good to share fan bases and not be like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. It's a real good mindset to have. And, you know, I definitely respect that too. And again, man, I just want to say thank you for coming through, sharing your story. It was definitely nice to meet you, man.
Of course. I appreciate you for the opportunity. I'll definitely be supporting your page from here on out. I appreciate you. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I think it was a great interview. And everybody make sure y'all tap in with everybody I mentioned. Tap in with the music. Let's go. Let's make it come up. Let's take over the world.
You already know. OCD Cupid, we here, man. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. I got one favor to ask y'all. Press like, drop a comment, share this on your story. Go give them a follow. You already know what it is. I'm Chris Hayes 508. This is On the Spot, and we're going to see y'all on the next episode. Let's go.